I believe we're live. So what's good, everybody, and welcome back to Bridge the Gap. This is the show where we basically take super smart and talented and amazing people and like super amazing people like Dvma that we have over here, and we have conversations with them, and we walk through their life, and we learn, and we extract the knowledge nuggets of their existence, and we all kind of learn and grow together with the whole situation. My name is Holden Stephan. I'm bad at remembering to say my own name, so just happy to have you here, Dvma, honestly, for reals. And unlike most of them, we just want to say an extra special thank you and start maybe with a bit of acknowledgement that you have probably had not the simplest week, because Dvma is down in Texas right now and is here doing this interview in spite of everything that's maybe gone on and stuff. I think it's pretty remarkable and incredible that you would even prioritize doing this in a time like this instead of anything else you could be up to or getting to. So to me, it speaks so much to your character and the kind of person that you are, and so it makes me really appreciative that you're here in spite of the week that you've had, and etc.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. We actually got power back yesterday, so we had yesterday to kind of, decompress and rest. So, we still don't have like our hot water or internet. Using hotspot right now, but it's back to business, and I figured now would be a better time to do this too, so I could kind of share some of the resources um, with other people who maybe want to like look into if they're interested in helping out, or if they're out here and they're watching right now, places where they can go for some resources, because a lot of people are here without water still, and without any water. Um, and any power and stuff, including in our own apartment complex. So yeah, so I definitely wanted to just do this and talk about the music and myself as well. There's definitely some selfish shit going on my part as well, but I'm definitely trying to spread some awareness.
That's dope. We thought it might be like a more interesting place to start this time in light of the typical questions, just because of, I think it's really important, and if people are going to watch this in the future, this is probably the part that they're going to catch before they, get deep into it. So I don't
Hmm.
know what you want to share about that, or what people can do to help, or what's going on, but that would be really interesting and insightful and useful.
Well, I would say that there's a bunch of grassroots organizations going on in both Austin and Dallas. I'll share the Dallas one first. Latinx Dallas, Feed the People Dallas, all on Instagram, and Funky Town Fridge are all giving out water and food and different relief efforts. And in Austin, I would suggest that anybody that's in Austin to look at When, Where, What Austin on Instagram, because they have compiled a whole list, spreadsheet of what's open, warming centers, places that are giving out free food, and places that are open to just sell food. Um, and there's a couple of grassroots efforts by, hold on, sorry, Shaka, Shaka Select, Chaka Seelect, that are doing a bunch of stuff out here in Austin and bringing food and water to people. And there's a couple of other people too, certified and Dominican J, that have been like driving around and getting people that have like four-wheel drive trucks and kind of just bringing water to people and milk to people with babies, and just basically, and it's all on Facebook. So you tag somebody that needs help, or if you have like a elderly relative or something like that that's in their home that can't go anywhere, they'll make a big effort to deliver to you all over the Austin area. So I'm very happy that these efforts have been going on, and also to go on FEMA and fill out that application to try and get your any type of bread that you could get to make up for this loss, because I know a lot of people have lost stuff in their homes, the food in their fridge, the week's worth of work, the damage to their apartment. So, just looking for help.
Right. Yeah, it's serious though. I mean, were you badly impacted by it? I don't know to what extent that you went through this week.
Well, Sunday night at 2 in the morning, we lost power, and I started looking it up, like what's going on, and I saw that it was supposed to be rolling outages, where like they take certain areas and take the power out for like 40 minutes to try to conserve power, which was a stupid thing to do during a blizzard. It was a crazy blizzard that night, and they couldn't bring the power back up, so it wasn't a rolling outage, and a lot of like I think it was 4 million people in Texas that lost power that night, and some other people lost power either the next day or the day after that. So we've been without power since Sunday night, and that first day that first Monday we built a fort, and we set up candles under a can of soup, and heated up the can of soup using candles. And then the next day, a couple of our friends hit us up that are all in the area that are also impacted. And we were like, just come over here. Like, let's all kind of rough this out together. And Craig went and got a shopping cart from up the street, just some abandoned shopping cart, brought it here to our patio. And we brought like firewood and lit that bitch on fire. And then we were cooking. And we were lucky because our apartment complex also has propane gas lines to the grills. So we were able to grill during the day, but like at night, it's really cold. So it was good to have that firewood and the shopping cart. So we made a really nice meal out of that. So it was all about just kind of figuring out how to eat, how to make sure the dogs were okay, because we have a really small dog and my friend has a dog as well. So we kind of had to, look out for the dogs. And our friends was here and we were just making it work. Mm-hmm. But then on Wednesday, most of our friends like went home by then, and they went home and they got some power, some water, something like that, and then we were still in the dark. So I was like depressed because it's just so it's like parts of the day that feel okay, but then other parts feel terrible. And I have asthma, so my asthma was acting up all week. Like my breath is just starting to get back to like a good place. And so it was really stressful, and seeing the lack of accountability on the electric company from Austin Energy to ERCOT, who is like who manage the whole electric grid of Texas, basically like telling us nothing over and over again. And like I'm looking on Twitter and I'm seeing all these different zip codes and all these different people impacted, and the kind of stories that they were sharing. And it really like, because we're young and able-bodied, and you know what I'm saying, like super survivors. Like we made it happen. Me and Craig have both been through a lot of different natural disaster situations. I was in Zone A, living in Brighton Beach during Hurricane Sandy. So, this isn't my first time, playing cards by candlelight and, getting through some kind of natural disaster situation. But during Hurricane Sandy, the hurricane itself was one day. The power outage was, a week or two, depending on where you were and what kind of place you lived in. But we kind of escaped and, went to another part of Brooklyn during that time. But this time we was just like here in the thick of it. So it's been pretty hectic. But I'm really grateful. I'm just so grateful that the power is back on and we're able to, live and breathe again.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it reminds me honestly of the ice storm that Montreal got in '98, where basically it was like 2 weeks of it was extreme weather, power got clipped for whatever reason, and then 2 weeks of like no power. I was young. I was barely impacted. I got bounced around to people that had like heating, night, whatever. So I know my parents went through the same experience that you went through. I did not so much, but definitely a lot of people in Montreal had that. And so it really reminded, because I saw some videos of like the ice on the streets and just the general vibe of what it looked like. And I'm like, yo, that reminds me of '98 Montreal. So it's like really... What's really interesting is that it's Texas that this happened in, just on like a whole other level, because you're just not like expecting it there. But I definitely
nobody here is like prepared. they don't salt the streets, they don't plow the streets, so it was like impossible to drive. It's like they're not like everybody keeps saying like the infrastructure is not prepared for this type of situation. So it's been hectic. People have died and stuff. Like people died in fires or from carbon monoxide
Yeah.
inhalation because they're like lighting fires in their house and stuff, and it's just like so sad, so fucked up.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those things where like you just watch it from afar all week and just kind of like hope. But I really do like the fact that you shared the ways that people can get involved and help, and if people do know that. So I think that was super cool of you to do that and to be so informed and to be so active with it. And I've seen you sharing stuff throughout the week too, so like that's really cool of you. I'm not sure what else to say on this vibe, but because it's all like super serious and stuff. I don't know if you have
Yeah,
more
I'm
you
just
want to
praying
add.
for the people, man. I'm just praying for the people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I just hope this ends like ASAP.
Mm.